Hey guys, it's Marissa. Welcome to the Love of Leaves Kitchen Table Stamper online classroom for October. I am so excited to get started with this class. These are our 5 projects, and we're going to start this class just a little bit differently. Usually there's 5 videos, one for each project, but because this project uses so many of the same cutout images, we're going to start a little different today. So here's our 5 projects. And if you've got the kit, the Love of Leaves kit, inside you're going to find some half sheets of cardstock. You've got crushed curry, pear pizzazz, and 2 Cajun craze. So you're going to grab those out for this section of the class. And if you're taking the class online only, now's the time to grab those cardstocks, your Stampin' Pierce mat, and your Love of Leaves bundle, because we are going to start in video number 1 here, and we're going to do all the leaves. We're going to stamp all of our leaves for all of our projects. So let me get my ink pads and my Stampin' Pierce mat, and we'll get started with our stamping. Okay, I've got my Stampin' Pierce mat and Old Olive, Bumblebee, and Cajun Craze Stampin' pads. Now, I used crushed curry cardstock and a Bumblebee Stampin' pad, and the reason why I did that was because my crushed curry ink pad was it just wasn't right. It wasn't taking ink right, and so to keep design going, I just grabbed my Bumblebee stamp pad, kept going with the crushed curry cardstock because it matches the designer series paper best. And I wasn't unhappy at all with the results that I was getting. So what I'm going to do is just carry on like that, even for the video. So you can do, of course, crushed curry on crushed curry, or you can do like I'm doing and mix and match a little bit. I think it gives some depth to this yellow leaf. And either way, you want 5 of them. So we're going to go ahead and stamp out the 5 Bumblebee leaves. We'll set them aside. All right, there's our Bumblebee leaves. Now, Old Olive, we're going to make a few Old Olive leaves, but a couple of different ones. I've got this really long, kind of skinny one here, almost like a feather. We're going to do 3 of those. No, we'll do 3 of those. And if you're doing this from the kit, you have a half a sheet. If you want to, you can do it from scraps if you're just following along without the kit, or if you want to save the half sheet, it's a card base, and you can just use Old Olive scraps for this. And we've got one of this leaf that's kind of small oval with the scallopy edge. So there's our Old Olive leaves for all of our projects. Oh wait, I'm missing one. I think I need another little scallopy one. Yep. This little one's hidden back here, so make 2 of those little scallopy dudes. And now last, we've got Cajun Craze, and we're gonna need 5 of this big 5-point leaf. And we've given you a full sheet of Cajun Craze cardstock. We cut it in half because you'll get about 4 on this half sheet. There'll be some big scraps left over. If you want to, while you're doing this right now, grab another leaf, stamp them in that open space, and you'll have them for another project. But since you need 5, we're gonna do one more here. So at this point, you can use this piece out of the kit, or you can save this piece out of the kit, make it a card base. Just grab a scrap of Cajun Craze for your last leaf. All right, so there's our leaves. Now let's clear away the ink pads and the Stampin' Pierce mat, and we're going to die cut the leaves. All right, so I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here, and I'm using the platform number 1 and the die adapter number 2. And then I'm using the magnetic platform. This is number 5. Now, the jury's kind of out on this. It's got a great magnetic hold, but you can see I haven't done a lot of cutting with it, and it's starting to roll. So I will give you progress reports as I use my magnetic plate more. But for now, I'm really enjoying the hold. The magnets don't make the dies jump around. And it's really beneficial for cuts like this where we're trying to cut out an image. I wouldn't use my magnetic platform for like cutting circles or squares, layers, but for something like this, it works really nice. You can see I put my leaf, I taped the details to it, but with like a hinge so that I can lift it up and make sure that my image is going to be cut out correctly. Then once I got that, I can close it up, put number 3 on top and crank it through. So I'm going to do that with all of my leaves. Now I won't videotape me cutting all of these leaves out. I'll just join you back here when they're all done. See, so there's our leaf cut out with the details all in one pass. All right, I am back with all of my leaves cut. This is our last little old olive one. Let's get that guy off of there. Isn't that cool? The texture that the stitching brings and the distinctive stamp. I love it. I'm going to take my magnetic plate now. And what I've been doing, hopefully to try to counteract some of that bowing that just seems to be happening with these particular plates. They are a consumable item, but the bowing is pretty extreme. So to keep that to a minimum, I've been turning it upside down and then cranking it into my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I've been storing the machine with that cutting plate this way. I don't know if it'll do anything to help that bowing if you own this plate, but I'm giving it a try in the meantime. All right, so let me get this guy out of here and get our beautiful leaves in here. Aren't they so gorgeous? There's a bit of fall right there, isn't it? Our first project in the Kitchen Table Stamper online classroom, Love of Leaves Autumn Treats class, is going to be this beautiful tea and cookie treat box. And I'll see you in video number 2, where we will tackle our first project. All right, thanks for being a part of the online classroom. If you've got questions about the class, about the projects, about the products, you can email Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. I'll see you in video number 2.